Another round of sessions has just begun here at the Creating Change Conference. Each day of the conference is filled with countless sessions dealing with specific issues that affect communities within the greater LGBTQ community.
We believe the LGBTQ movement is especially suited to lead in this time. We mobilize communities, we fight back, and we win.
These daily victories, whether they are personal, community, or political, add up.
The task force is one of the largest organizations in the country that is an advocate for the policy changes that we need.
It's education, continual education.
It's a place where I think you see people blossom over a few days.
I've never experienced so much love and happiness in one place.
Folks who come go home with new skills, new information, new perspective. They see, feel, hear, and interact with a movement that is as fully diverse as all of the ways in which we are LGBTQ.
What brought you to the Creating Change Conference?
What brought me to the Creating Change? No.
Do it again. Let's do it again.
So,
see, the Creating Change Conference isn't only serious, it's actually very fun.
It is.
But what brought you to the Creating Change Conference?
What brought me to the Creating Change Conference is queerness and love. Queerness and love.
The task force doesn't tell people what to do. They tell them how to do it. They tell them how to access different levers of power so that they know how to advocate for themselves and the things that they believe in.
There's no organization like it that brings so many of the diverse communities within the LGBTQ community together.
It represents people across the entire lifespan and LGBT community.
What are your experiences with mingling with different parts of the LGBTQ community, yet feeling like being part of the same community as a whole?
It's so important to come back every year as a Jewish queer individual. There's so many facets to who we are as individuals, both as LGBTQ individuals and whatever other identities we bring. And it's just amazing to meet and learn and hear and speak to each other and to see what challenges we have.
We're all in this together. We come here to continue to be educated. We come here to be re-energized. We come here to network with others, to help aid others who may be struggling, who may be disenfranchised, or who may be weary. That's what brings us at a conference like this.
How has the Creating Change Conference changed you?
It's given me the confidence to be who I am.
Basically, come out of your shell and hug people. Can I give you a hug?
Yes!
I've just been able to create a family after being at this conference, and we've only been here for 3 days, but I feel like I've known these people for like years.
You don't even know what kind of privileges you're missing out on until you come to some place like this and suddenly you're included everywhere.
This was the first place I was able to feel safe and out and queer in my body.
When I got the chance to come to Creating Change in that first year, 5 years ago, I saw more being you than I could possibly even absorb. It gave me the opportunity to see exactly what that looked like and then take that and put it upon myself and say, so now, who are you? I have that chance, and now I've taken it, and now I've evolved, and I am becoming more and more of who I am.
It's been an incredible 10 years. I can honestly say that I've helped change a lot of people's lives, and that makes me feel like I've done what I was supposed to do.
Our community needs a place to come together, to talk, to argue, to work, to mentor, to socialize, to re-energize ourselves, because we're battling every single day. No matter who you are, no matter what issues you're working on, that's a piece of the community's soul that the task force really feeds.
Each year, we give away hundreds of scholarships, but it takes money to give those away. If folks can give to the task force, and if they want to designate that for the scholarship fund, we will make sure that more and more people come to Creating Change.
We want to be able to say yes to every person who may be less privileged, who applies for financial aid to come to Creating Change. We want to be able to say yes to all of them. I think it's one of the most direct impacts you can make in the LGBTQ movement is sponsoring someone to come to Creating Change and realize they're not alone, and to realize that they are part of a larger community, and to give them maybe a renewed sense that I have a future as a happy LGBT adult.
Supporting the task force ultimately gives back to individuals to help them grow and then go back into their own communities to help their communities grow.
Come learn about the task force. We do incredible things, from creating change to FedWatch to querying the census. Learn what we do, invest in what we do, help us build the future that we want.
Over 18 years ago, I became engaged by the National LGBTQ Task Force, supported as a member of the LGBTQ community. I got active through events and fundraisers and eventually speaking out as an advocate and as an activist for the LGBTQ community and with the National LGBTQ Task Force. I support the task force because they support us, and we need you to join us. Join forces. The work of the organization has a massive impact in DC, statewide, and across the country. The task force's effect is seen in its influence on public policy, professional education for nonprofits on the ground, building up and developing the next generation of activists. With your additional support, the task force can touch more lives through the Creating Change Conference. The power you have is in your hands to give and support the task force and the fight for the rights of the LGBTQ community. Together, thousands of advocates and activists unite here at the Creating Change Conference to do exactly that, to create change, to improve our LGBTQ community. And that's all thanks to the National LGBTQ Task Force.